let's get to the story, though, because a report has just come out, and this is going to be shocking if it happens, and I don't think there's any reason to think that it won't happen, because, remember, we just told you last week about what was going on with fertilizer prices. Well, fertilizer creates grains, and grains are used to feed cattle, chicken, pigs, etc. So we need grains to feed these animals. In our current system, with the feedlot system that we've created, these animals are not out and about eating grass on a big grassland. No, they're being fed grains to fatten them up quickly to produce the large yields of meat that are needed to feed our country. And our country in the world is one of the most productive in terms of agricultural output in the entire world. So we are quite capable of feeding ourselves. We do a great job of that. Unlike many countries in the world that rely on other countries, we can actually do most of it ourselves, but the prices now are going through the roof. So we may be able to create the meat, we may be able to grow the animals, but you're not going to be able to afford to purchase them at the end of the day because of all the inputs that are necessary. The water, the grain, the fertilizer, etc., to grow these animals. So this year we're looking at, by the end of the year, I mean, they're talking about a 70% rise in the price of chicken. Think about that. So if chicken per pound was $1 a pound, it's going to go to $1.70 a pound. Well, we know chicken's a lot more than $1 a pound, but that's what a 70% rise means. I mean, it's getting pretty close to doubling the price of chicken this year. This year. They're saying beef is going to go up 20%. We've already seen, anybody that shops, and we all shop, we've already seen beef skyrocket. Some of us have seen that pork has been going up. Pork is also supposed to go up 20% this year.
Hooters is going to have, tofu wings.
There you
right.
Go.
They'll have
cricket wings.
They'll have the appearance. There you go. Cockroach wings. Why not? There's an animal that actually has some wings. Crickets have them too. All right, so that's what you're going to be looking at, is a huge rise in the prices of meat this year in the U.S., among everything else going up. You know, it's not like you just got your gas going through the roof, or your energy costs, or your housing prices, or your rent. Now it's
insurance.
Your insurance. Now it's your food, too. It's all. But don't worry. Who wants to eat chicken, beef, and pork anyway, right? I mean, we could always find a nice substitute for that, and that's what some of the elites are telling us. In fact, Bloomberg, the billionaire, his media company that he controls, they've already gotten out ahead of this, and they've said, listen, don't worry about inflation. Inflation's only going to affect those who earn less than $300,000 per year. Oh, okay. Well, thankfully, that's not any of us, right? Oh, okay. Oh, glad we avoided that crisis. But listen, if you do happen to earn less than $300,000 per year, Bloomberg tells you, this is right on their Twitter page, tells you, as they put it, here's how to deal. Here's how to deal with it. Here's how to deal. 1, take the bus. You need to get rid of this antiquated concept of driving your own car. You need to get rid of this antiquated concept to have. In fact, you're going to need to sell your car to buy the food that you're going to need to eat for this year.
Why didn't I think of that?
Just take the bus, right? Well, and you know what? If you can't take the bus, why don't you just walk? Everybody can just walk to work, right? You little peons. Okay, number 2, don't buy in bulk. Okay, because I'm not sure exactly how that saves you. Don't buy in bulk. In fact, buy the smallest containers and packages possible.
Is this a joke?
This is almost like a joke, isn't it? Now, this one is the one that I know you're all going to love. Number 3, try lentils instead of meat. There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Problem solved. Thank you.
Who needs meat when you got beans? And let's face it, most of the world lives off of what? Rice and beans, right? I shouldn't say most of the world, a large portion of the world lives off of rice and beans. And certainly in places like Africa, that's the only option a lot of people have to eat. And you can survive off of those. But isn't it funny to have your masters, to have the billionaires who are going to be eating at the steakhouses?
And driving their cars.
You won't even be able to afford to valet your car at the steakhouse. You won't be able to afford to pay for the gas to drive your car to the steakhouse to valet it, which you couldn't afford either. No, they're going to be in there eating, but they say, look, it's simple. Just eat the lentils. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's almost the same thing, you little cockroach. Just enjoy the lentils. Okay, here's their last line. Now, they also had in there, by the way, if you actually read the article, they also suggested that maybe you think about, you're going to love this one, because this is the most cold-hearted of all. Maybe you think about getting rid of your pet.
What?
Read the article. I sent you the link. Read the article.
Getting rid of it how?
Well, I mean, look, everything has to come to, all good things have to come to an end, don't they? I mean, you could just take your pet to the vet and, the pet just goes to sleep. And it's just like, don't worry that it's your little friend, your furry friend. Don't worry that you love your pet. You can't afford your pet. You're going to have to choose between your pet or your lentils. I mean, this is what the article is telling you coming out of Bloomberg. This is their idea, is get rid of your pet. I mean, that alone, that's pretty out there. That's what they're telling people. And they're trying to do this with a straight face. But I'm going to tell you the last point that they made, and this is one you'll absolutely love, and it says, nobody said this would be fun. You little ingrates. Huh? You little ingrates, you expected your life to be fun. You expected to enjoy yourself. Who gave you the right? You entitled ingrates, you little peons. Nobody said life was going to be fun. You work for us now, you understand?
You sure you didn't get this from The Onion?
It sounds like The Onion, doesn't it? It sounds like The Onion.
Absurd.
So this is the kind of advice that we're getting from the moneyed elites. And it's not just Bloomberg, because we also saw some suggestions coming out from the International Energy Agency of how we can reduce our spending on energy. And, hey, it's just things like reducing speed limits, working from home, having car-free Sundays, because you never need to go anywhere on a Sunday, right?
It sounds like a fun Sunday, doesn't it?
Don't allow private cars access in big cities. Yeah, basically get rid of your car. Get rid of the engine that created your ability to move around and be self-supporting in the United States of America. I mean, we're a car culture, and that's part of what establishes our culture of personal freedom is the ability to drive your car places. They had some other stupid suggestions, but don't worry, none of them are anything that you would like. But listen, who told you this was going to be fun, okay? This is the Great Reset. You need to get with the program, or else, we could just step on you and squish you like the little cockroach you are. Folks, thanks for listening. I'm Morgan Streetman, and that's the way I see it. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.